Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name is Rachel and I'm a huge Eurovision fan as well as a musician. And in today's video, the time has come for me to review Czechia's song for this year's upcoming Eurovision Song Contest. They've selected Daniel Žižka with Crossroads, which I'm excited to review. It will be my first listen. Last year we had Kiss Kiss Goodbye, which didn't qualify. I thought the staging didn't come across as well as it could have. But overall it was a pretty good song, and actually the dance break in that was one of my favourites of the year. It was just, yeah, it didn't quite hit the marks on the night. So yeah, let's hope that this year they can come through and maybe qualify again. So please stay tuned to the end. I'll score the song out of 10 and give a bit of musical analysis and commentary as per usual. And consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I make plenty of content just like this. You can check out a playlist on my channel page, which has put together all my reactions and reviews to this year's contest so far, which I'm excited for you to look at if you haven't. So I think without further ado, we'll get straight into the reaction. Interesting chords, I think, so far. Sort of playing with the major and minor third of the key, which is quite cool. Very mysterious so far. Tiny echoey electric guitar in the background. Nice chords so far. Ooh, really nice drums actually. Oh yeah. Oh, this is really great, guys. Oh, it's got this sort of almost slightly trip hop 90s feel to it. I'm thinking of Portishead, I'm thinking of Massive Attack. Tiny influences coming from there with this sort of grand string orchestra that they're using in there, but they're not kind of going too full on with it. It's just ebbing and flowing nicely in the background. But I really, really like the way that the melody line and the chords have been playing with tonality, in that at some points it sounds like it's in a darker kind of minor key as its sort of center, its tonal center, but then it shifts and it's using major notes in there as well, which I find really interesting. And I think that's what's kind of underpinning this really mysterious vibe that it's got going on. So it's very exciting. Vocals are actually really, really good, really impressive. Just great use of dynamics, sort of vibrato, like the tiniest bit of vibrato, kind of pushing sort of crescendos, diminuendos, getting louder and softer in the music. And it really kind of suits the fact that the music has a kind of unsure tonal center. So I really like that so far. So yeah, this is really exciting, really, really exciting. A little bit of John's Tears sort of vibe, I think, here as well, from Switzerland a couple years ago. Same sort of type of songwriting approach with a kind of slightly higher up male lead vocal, chords kind of moving around in really interesting and unique ways, and then a bit of piano and strings and sort of soft percussion that's really kind of quietly confident in the background. So I'm really excited about this one and I want to see how it continues. But there is a bit of a chorus, so they are using some pop structure in here, which hopefully will hook people in. Nice, let's keep going. The piano is so muted and I think that works excellently in here. I think these backing vocals really help too. Soft choir in the background. Such a nice use of just 2 notes. Really fills out the space with just 2 notes. Very good. Syncopated drums in here too, making it feel offbeat. Really, everything works so well together. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oh, drums are getting more powerful. Oh, wow. What a great way to crash into the chorus like that. And now it's gone all trippy. Nice. Yeah. That's art. That's very artistic, very well thought through. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. That's really nice and surprising from Czechia. It just felt very experimental. It feels like they weren't trying to write something that's necessarily going to chart and go viral on TikTok or something, but it's just a showcase of someone's journey and someone's idea, and how they've executed that is in a really, really, really interesting and cool way. I particularly loved how that final chorus just appeared. It was like, you could tell it was leading up to something, but it just came in. It just came in sort of off the back of some vocal runs, and then you suddenly like, we're in the chorus, and then it was getting quite trippy in the video, and I think that was so excellent. I love when I'm taken off guard like that, but not in a sort of way where it feels very arrogant. It was just like, okay, we're gonna go into the chorus now, let's just see how that lands, and it landed perfectly. And I think it was just in keeping with the whole tone of the song, how everything was flowing. I thought the middle 8 was particularly kind of a dark in nature, and there was one chord in there they used that really kind of came out of nowhere and didn't feel like it could be linked into the kind of tonal center they were establishing, but they actually made it work. So that was really interesting and just very experimental, and definitely not showy off or arrogant in any way, but just really confidently kind of putting forward a slightly different and unique perspective on music and towards Eurovision as well. I think this really stands out. Is whether it translates really, because some people would switch off at things like this, find it a bit too artistic or a bit too kind of full on. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I'm intrigued to see what you guys think down below about this one. Perhaps it's flying a bit under the radar. I don't know. I've not really heard much about this one in the comments from you guys asking me to react. So yeah, I thought it was incredibly impressive. Really, really great stuff. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. I just think it probably needed a little bit more hook, just a little bit more hook. And I wonder how they're going to put it on stage, how it's going to translate. But honestly, incredible stuff. I think Czechia, you know, now and again they come out with a really, really strong effort, like My Sister's Crown. I thought was a perfect song. So yeah, really, really interested to see how that does. Let me know down below what you think, and stay tuned. I've got a few more left to do, which I'll be planning to do this week. So hopefully complete everything by the end of the week. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye.